we also need to set our icon, right? So we say the shoot button dot icon is equal to the cross icon, right? And in fact, it's going to be this, right? And then the cross icon is another preloaded resource. Okay, and then that is actually, it's not in the normal position, it is under GUI. GUI controls button disabled. So we'll say GUI. I've already forgotten. Controls. Button disabled. And you know what? Let's call this the disabled icon. Just to be consistent. Cool. Alright. So what I expect to happen now is I pick up a weapon and then I expect, oh, okay, that's interesting. So I picked up a weapon with player 2 and player 1 got the icon. That's definitely not correct. And then I shoot and I'm not really seeing much happening, right? So if I pick up the weapon, I'm updating the player 1 icon. Okay, so the icon update here is this one. So player, okay, so let's just print player collected ammo of type and we'll just put this pnum, not that, is equal to just the player number, right? Okay. I'm wondering if we don't have the event set up for both players. Okay, so if I drive player 1, player 1 collected missile ammo, and both controls detected the event. Okay. And then both controls detect the event. But it always thinks it's player 1. Okay. That's funny. Huh. Interesting. So our player has a player number. Both players So I guess that's something to do with the level setup? No, the world setup. Okay, so this player has its player number of 1. Jesus, how has that worked for so long then? Interesting. Wow, that's really interesting. Okay, so now... Cool, so player 2 can now pick up a weapon as well. And we always just pick up a missile, so normally that would override if we had multiple weapons, but we don't. Cool, I pick up a weapon, and I don't seem to be able to shoot it. Okay, let's go back and have a look. So let's just print this out and see if we can shoot. Print can shoot. And it's just that. I guess we may as well print this as well. Player with the player number. And we'll just say shoot strength is equal to the shoot strength. Right. And see if something else is going wrong here. Oh. Okay, yeah, so that's happening every frame, so that's taking a long time. Cool, so I can shoot, and my shoot strength is going up to 100, but when I'm that's really interesting. Okay, so the can shoot is definitely working, so we can get rid of that log. It's just slowing the game down a bit. So I think, okay, I have a suspicion that if we use the buttons, it'll work, right? So if we try using the buttons, we'll pick up a weapon first. Okay, and then if we hold the button, we get full strength. And then we let go, it goes. Yep. Okay, cool. So it's just the keyboard event that's not functioning, and I know why. Because this is actually not supposed to happen in this. It's supposed to happen here in the input event. Okay, so let's have a look and see if that works. Collecting stars, picking up weapons, and then boom, there it works. Cool. Now we just need to figure out how do we want to connect the players control, like that power up thing? I guess we do want to just emit a signal, right? So we just emit a signal of shoot strength updated, and we just put our player number and our shoot strength. And then when we reset the shoot, we may as well do emit the signal as well, right? Okay, shoot strength updated. So we create a new signal and we call it shoot strength updated, and that is going to have the exact same arguments as shoot. Right. So now what we want to do is we want to visualize that so the player is going to have access to its controls. So now we jump into the player object and we say, do we have access to the controls? Controls, yeah, okay. So what I might actually do is create a new function called setup listeners. I think it's better to do it this way anyway, and we're going to call deferred on ourself and just set up listeners, and then here, because we're not using it, I'm just going to use the _c and say _c is going to be equal to our controls dot connect strength what should we say, strength, got what I called it, strength, shoot strength updated, shoot strength updated, and we're going to call self, and actually we're going to pass that through to our power meter. So not this, actually, power meter, and we're going to say on controls shoot power shoot strength. Should probably call this a strength meter. Strength meter on controls shoot strength updated. Okay, and now we just need a reference to our strength meter. Doot. And I think it's just called a strength meter. Let's see. Weapon power. Strength meter. Okay, so then we just need a script on our strength meter, right? So let's just grab add child node. Nope, attach script, there you go. And we'll just call that strength meter.gd, and let's just open it up. Yeah, okay, so we don't need anything right now except the handler, so we can just say on, let me just grab that there. In fact, let's keep this all. Okay, and we're going to get a player number and a strength, and we don't care about the player number, I don't think, and we can just say value equals strength. And if value is equal to 0, then visible equals false, else visible equals true. Right, so that's pretty simple. If we have more than 0 power, we're obviously in the process of powering up our weapon, so we should show our meter. I have no idea if this is going to work, but we'll find out soon enough. Okay. Plonk. Smack. Haha, look at that. That was quite cool. I felt it, whoa. I felt it probably went a little bit too quickly. I wonder if we maybe I collected too many stars and I won the level before I could shoot. Okay, hold on. Okay, so how quickly is this? Yeah, it's too... I think maybe we can half it, and then that will feel good, I think. Wow, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. So the shoot power-up speed... Everything's just 100. Just a nice round number. That's... just meant to be. Okay, so let's power up a little bit and let's get around the corner. Cool. And we've got... Yep, that felt really good. Alright. So now we just have to figure out what we do when we shoot. So I guess the first thing is we... what do we do? I guess we create some players. Maybe I'll call this meters, plural, and then that way we can put all the meters in there. Well, I guess it's just that one thing there. Strength meter. Okay. And hit engine. Alright. So I'm going to say the world collectibles weapons. Maybe we just, yeah, I think at the top level I'm going to create weapons because I think there's going to be quite a lot of weapons. And I'm going to create a new folder and we're just going to call it missiles. So we're going to have one directory for each weapon. And then let's just create a missile scene. Missile. And that is going to be a rigid body, I believe. Yep, rigid body. Cool. And let's just name this root node missile. And let's grab a sprite. Chuck that in. And we've already got a missile sprite, but I kind of do want to duplicate it for one important reason, right? It's just that that's an icon, right? That we're using, and we don't necessarily want to use that icon, the same weapon icon as the missile. It just happens to be for this right now we are, but if we want to update this missile in the future, we don't want to update its icon at the same time. So that's my reasoning. Even though we're duplicating assets, I think in the long term it's going to be better doing it that way. Okay, and it also means the asset can live in both directories, in both places it's used.